DR1 Racing presents the DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. Premier drone racing that combines elite pilots, epic locations, and adrenaline-filled races.
When you put your goggles on, the whole world becomes a video game. You get disconnected from the real world, and the only thing that's with you is your drone and your brain.
It's like I'm flying, I'm a superhero, I can do whatever I want in the sky. I feel free.
Rebel, clear!
It's very Zen-like, kind of meditative, because you don't have time to think about anything but exactly what you're doing in that moment.
This course is crazy fun.
I've never flown anything like it.
The adrenaline you get by racing through a tight course that speeds up to 100 miles an hour is really thrilling.
When you fly and you see other drones in the air, it's like Star Wars.
My favorite part about this is the competition. That drives me to push harder and push harder and push harder.
Oh my God! Until now, drone racing has featured pilots racing against one another for individual glory. But the DR1 Champion Series is unique. It's all about teamwork.
Individual racing is, it's fun, but being with a team, it adds a whole nother level of stress because it's even more of a mind game. You're not only gonna let yourself down, but you're letting down your friends.
Now we have a team racing format in DR1, which it did increase, I guess, the physicality of drone racing with pit stops and running to the drones, but it's more mentally grueling, sitting there, staying calm under pressure.
So the purpose of the pit stop is simply a battery change. Our drones don't fly long enough to do the whole race on one battery. This is where you're gonna make or break a race.
Up until this competition, I don't think any of us really did pit stops.
This is a long pit.
This was a totally new thing for a lot of the people.
The gates being used at DR1 are very different to what we're used to. We usually race through square gates. These are triangles, which means the area you have to fly through in the middle is much smaller than we used to.
You're looking at a triangle from half a mile away that looks very, very small. So you're going very fast, so you have to line it up just perfect because one small mistake to the left, to the right, your quad is in a million pieces.
I'm sorry, man.
There's two factions. These finesse pilots, they don't really know much about the configurations, but they're fantastic pilots. They have fantastic flying ability. And then you have the nerds, and they understand the science and the physics.
None of us have had to be gone for 5-6 weeks straight and bring enough parts and batteries and even the mental stamina of racing, moving, setting up, waking up before the sun is even close to being raised. None of us could have expected that.
Each race will see two teams go head-to-head with two pilots from each team flying their drones, and a third team member acting as a spotter and managing the required pit stop. In each heat, a pilot must complete a total of 4 laps without missing any gates. The pit stop can occur on any lap. The winning pilot will earn 10 points for his team. Second place earns 8 points. It's 6 points for third and 3 points for fourth. Failing to finish results in 0 points for the team.
This championship is all about points, so you will get no points if you crash, but you get points if you finish.
It doesn't matter if you're first or it doesn't matter if you're fourth. Not finishing is just so bad.
It's all about finishing, not crashing.
The top 2 teams will then compete in the finals, which will have them face off in a best-of-3 race format. Each pilot will fly twice and have one racer looking after the pit stops. Points are awarded the same as the heats.
No, you can't hit me, man.
So, who are the 5 top teams taking part in the DR1 Champion Series? KDRA, Lumenier, Nexxblades, Rebel, and Thunder Power. So let's meet the teams competing for the Dell Technologies $50,000 grand prize. First up, KDRA, Sean Taylor, Minchon Kim, and Brian Morris. Team Lumenier brings together the combined skills of Kane Madare, Colby Curtola, and Corey Ibanez. Gary Kent, Mac Poshwald, and Johnny Scher are Nexxblades. Team Rebel is comprised of Vince Irie, Cooper Groves and Michael Tseng. And finally, Thunder Power. That's Ricky Martinez, Bapu Madu, and Chris Garza. This time, the teams head to Spike Island, just off the coast from Cork in Ireland, the former home of one of the largest Victorian prisons in Europe. Now, it's a drone racing track in a league of its own. So 15 world-class pilots are about to take on another unique course, which is very much open to the elements. But first, let's recap how they fared in Race 3, facing the daunting Post Tower in Bonn, Germany. For the first stop in Europe, the teams had to navigate a 533-foot steel and glass structure.
So the Bonn was the first track when we arrived to Europe. It was, quite a big change of environment.
And I was just staring at this massive, epic location of a course. This is just overwhelmingly amazing.
It was a course that suited Team Rebel, who put in their best performance of the championship.
We realized that a lot of the teams weren't even finishing all of their rounds anyway. They were crashing out. And so we were just playing the points game.
That's my boys! I knew we could do it.
At first, KDRA battled themselves as well as the tower.
Oh, Min-Chan!
We went out. In our very first heat, I was out in the front, and smack, Min-Chan had slammed into me.
We cannot do that. We didn't need to race each other.
So I thought immediately, we're out.
Nexxblades were also struggling.
I think in the second or third race, we had a few technical issues, or we had just some bad luck.
Oh my God. Oh man.
This opened the door for KDRA.
We got back into it, and we just kept winning races after that.
They reached the final with Team Rebel.
Oh my God.
After 2 races, the points were level at 18 apiece. It all came down to the final race. Rebel's Michael crashed and sank.
One guy down, we're completely ahead, nice and easy.
Then Cooper hit the deck as well, ending KDRA their first win of the season. So after race 3 of the DR1 Champions Series, the team standings look like this. Nexxblades is holding on to the overall lead by just 1 point ahead of KDRA. Rebel is 1 point behind in third, with Lumenier and Thunder Power in 4th and 5th, respectively.
We are here on Spike Island. Now, if I do have my facts correct, this used to be a 16th century monastery, which then transformed into a huge military fortress protecting the city and the harbor, and most recently, a heavily confined prison. Since then, this has become a popular tourist spot for Ireland, but today, it is home to race number 4 of the DHL Champions Series.
The teams will navigate a challenging 7-gate course that's open to the elements. Full throttle chases up high, technical maneuvers at ground level. In the Mountain Dew fly-through, Gary, Sean, and Colby talk us through the course.
Yeah, we're on Spike Island. We have a couple of elevated elements, so we go up and we go down.
From the launch, you go through the start-finish gate. Then you take a right-hand turn around the bush before you see the first triangle gate.
It's a straight-through pass. What you want to do is you want to line yourself up for gate number 2. You do sort of a yaw or a roll left and line yourself up right along that path.
You just got to get through it and make sure you're lined for gate number 3.
Gate 3 is another 90-degree left turn, but it's a really short run up to the gate after that, so just a really quick 90.
You exit gate 3 and you're going to be climbing up a building.
Which leads us to gate number 4, up on the rooftop, which is a pretty scary gate. It's on the edge of a building, and there's a cement wall right behind it. So if you hit that gate, it's going to be total destruction. That takes us into the chicane section. The gates aren't too far offline, but it's just enough to make you have to turn a little bit. We're carrying a lot of speed into that section. That's definitely going to be a scary part of the track.
You either stick it or you don't stick it and you come back around. It's going to lose a lot of time on that.
Finish line, we're going to be carrying a lot of speed, so it's going to be kind of scary standing in the pit areas, but no one's been hit yet, so I'm feeling okay.
The trickiest thing about this course is going to be the sun and the lighting. The bright sun and the yellow gates make it really difficult to align for anything, really. So, yeah, we'll see how the lighting goes, and hopefully it will play in our favor.
Coming up after the break, the action commences.
The stupid gate.
Welcome back to Spike Island for DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. As the pilots prepared to start their practice day, ominous storm clouds loomed on the horizon. Suddenly, the rain began to pour and gale-force winds put a halt to proceedings.
It is freezing cold. I am super soaking wet. We were definitely expecting the showers, but what we were not expecting is a huge storm making its way here, which means the last ferry off this island has been canceled. We now need to get off of this island within the next 30 minutes or we are stuck here.
But you need to move in now.
The teams were evacuated from the island. Race day for DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. The teams returned to the island with limited preparation after the previous day's storm. It was an earlier start than scheduled to allow some course familiarization. After a shortened practice schedule, first up was Nexxblades versus Rebel. Mac and Johnny against Cooper and Michael. Johnny was first to gate 1, but it was a disaster for Michael in third, who clipped the first obstacle. He was out.
Clip the stupid gate.
Yeah, you clip. It's all right.
Meanwhile, Johnny was still in the lead, but he too clipped a gate and made a swift recovery.
Can't see that gate.
Teammate Mac was in second. Johnny came in first for his pit stop, with Gary taking care of operations efficiently.
Go, Johnny!
The only surviving Rebel pilot, Cooper, came into pit. Vince took care of his team's quad at the same time that Gary took care of Mac's battery change.
Rebel clear. Wait.
Rebel had a poor pit. Valuable time was lost.
Clear.
Rearm, replug.
Mac rejoined the race in second. Teammate Johnny back in the lead.
Man, that was dumb.
Johnny was up front at the start of the final lap. Cooper was in second, but he crashed into gate 3. It was a huge upset for Team Rebel, who go on to score 0 points.
They're both down, bring it home.
Johnny secured 10 points for Nexxblades. Mac scored 8.
Just take it slowly for
Yeah.
What you needed to do.
All right, I am on the ground here with Team Nexxblades taking it in for the win, scoring a first and second place. My man Johnny taking that first place hit. What's going on, man?
I just kept it in the air. I had a lot of turnarounds, still trying to get a hang of the track. Didn't have much practice, but stayed in the air, so that's all that matters.
The leaderboard confirms that Nexxblades secure maximum points for a perfect start to the competition. Rebel will be extremely disappointed with neither pilot completing the course. Coming up next, Sean and Min Chan fly for KDRA versus Corey and Kane in the seats for Lumenier.
Yep.
Unsurprisingly, Min Chan went straight into the lead, followed by teammate Sean. They both flew full throttle across the ruins. Corey and Kane for Lumenier were third and fourth, respectively. Up ahead, Min Chan pitted first, with Brian overseeing the changeover. And as soon as Min Chan rejoined the race, Sean came in for his battery swap. That's excellent pit execution from Team KDRA. Kane misjudged his pit landing, so Min Chan crossed the line first, with Sean in second place. Corey reeled in third spot for Lumenier. And Kane finished fourth.
Oh, it's my bad. Game plan, dude.
Did you see how I turned around?
KDRA, like Nexxblades, start their campaign with a perfect performance. Lumenier has 9 points, and Rebel have 0. Next, it was Cooper and Vince flying for Rebel versus Garza and Ricky for Thunder Power. Cooper took the lead at the start, followed by teammate Vince. All 4 quads flew like a squadron there in the early stages. In third, Ricky misjudged Gate 3, lost him time as he reset. He was overtaken by teammate Garza, who flew perilously close to the buildings as he tried to chase down Vince up ahead. Cooper up front misjudged the last gate on lap 1, but he recovered.
Take it easy, dude. You're in first.
Ricky for Thunder Power, not so fortunate. He hit the same gate and was out.
Goggles are still on, they're fine. No, Ricky's down, Ricky's down.
Back up front, Cooper still leading the remaining 3 quads, followed by Garza.
I'm pitting.
In a unique but effective strategy, Cooper pit stopped just ahead of the finish post on the final lap. With a quick pit from teammate Michael, Cooper secured first place. It was a dramatic conclusion to the race for the remaining 2 pilots. Garza overtook Vince just ahead of the finish post to get Thunder Power onto the leaderboard.
Good job, guys. Good points, good points.
Way to finish, buddy.
So Rebel score 16 valuable points and close the gap between themselves and the joint leaders Nexxblades and KDRA. Lumenier and Thunder Power have 9 and 8 points respectively. Heat 4 saw KDRA's Brian and Min Chan against Mac and Gary for Nexxblades. As expected, Min Chan took to the front straight off. There was a tight pack behind, and Mac overtook Gary. And Gary came in for his battery swap at the end of lap 1. Mac hit gate 3 on lap 2, and his race was over. At the end of lap 2, Min Chan, who was way ahead of the field, came into pit. Gary was back in the air on his second lap and was in second place, but he piled into the gate positioned on the prison ruins.
Good. I hit the top of the gate.
It was another brutal race for Team Nexxblades. No points.
You have a big lead. You could go easy, no problem.
Min Chan indeed secured first place for KDRA.
That's my dog, all day long.
Brian took second. So, Team KDRA bringing it in for maximum points in Heat 4.
Gary, I believe this is your first run of the day. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, I was taking it super easy. I got my first lap in. We did the pit stop. I went back out for the second one, and it just felt really easy. I thought I was lined up for the gate, and I was ready to go through the gate, and the next thing I knew, my quad was spinning through the air. So, yeah, I just misaligned the gate and didn't realize it, so.
18 points for KDRA means they doubled their score and are ahead of Nexxblades on the leaderboard by the same margin. Up next, can Lumenier or Thunder Power improve their standings?
I'm not gonna get in your way.
Flying for Lumenier, it was Colby and Kane. For Thunder Power, it was Garza and Bapu. Colby and Garza battled for the lead. It was a Thunder Power pilot who took the upper hand.
All right, you're in front, Garz.
He flew full throttle up and over the prison buildings, and the winds gusted. Bapu was back in third and appeared to struggle with the elements there.
This is me. Am I in third or fourth? You're in third. You're getting good.
2 Lumenier pilots were in second and third with Garza up front.
He's getting a little closer, Garz. Don't stress, though. You're doing fine.
Colby came in for his pit stop.
Fast pits, Corey.
1 lap later, Ricky took care of Garza's changeover.
Drop it!
Colby started his final lap. Garza rejoined in second. Lumenier's Colby was flying dangerously, screaming his way across the prison buildings and down to the courtyard, closely followed by Garza for Thunder Power. But it was disaster at the final gate for Chris Garza, who flew straight into Colby. Spectacular mid-air collision. Amazingly, the Lumenier pilot remained airborne and went on to win, but Thunder Power were now a pilot down. Kane secured second, while Bapu took third.
Coming to the conclusion of Heat 5, which is arguably the most spectacular mid-air I have ever seen. Chris Garza full tilt into the back of Colby, giving Colby the boost. What did that feel like?
So on the last gate, I had to do a little carousel because I did not want to crash on my last lap. And I knew he was right behind me. I was like, he's probably right under me when I made that turnaround. And then he just hit me. And I thought I was crashing, but then, for a second, then I just got out of it and full throttle to the finish and just laid the quad down.
So at the halfway mark, KDRA lead the pack. Maximum points in Heat 5 for Lumenier means they jump ahead of Nexxblades into second. Coming up in part 3, the racing continues. DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series fueled by Mountain Dew.
That's what he gets for pushing.
Welcome back to Spike Island.
Drone racing, baby.
DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series features 5 premier drone racing teams using the very latest drone technology. We caught up with the pilots who gave us insight into their high-tech worlds.
FPV allows you to basically become the drone.
So these are the first-person view goggles that all the pilots wear when they're flying.
The camera on the front of the drone feeds a video signal back to these goggles, and inside there's 2 video screens.
You can see the rock that we're going through and the gate that we're trying to hit, and you can see the other traffic as we're battling it out, and that allows you to see the race.
So the controller that we use is a Tyrannus. We actually have 4 dimensions to work with. You have throttle, right? So that's like putting your foot on the gas pedal, right? You have yaw, which would be like if you were to like turn the quad like this. You have roll, which is like turning like this. And then you obviously have pitch, so it's like forward and backwards.
In DR1, the teams have designed bespoke drones to compete at speeds over 100 miles per hour.
This is my racing drone. It has my own design frame. I call it the Skinny Kid, after myself.
Got a really nice canopy on it, which helps with airflow over the arms and body for aerodynamics.
The Rebel Ruckus frame, it's very light and very skinny, which helps reduce drag.
We decided to go with the 6-inch arms versus the 5-inch because it would be better efficiency-wise and speed-wise.
It's got a hard shell canopy that came in handy on many of these crashes that I had during the series.
I was going to manufacturers and say, hey, I need a 6-inch prop that does this, or a 5.5-inch prop that does this. I need motors that do this. It was all new territory. It's all not proven.
I really like what DR1 did this year, driving innovation with the 5 to 6 cell setups.
I think this is really bringing the sport forward because now we're able to fly faster and longer.
It's going to be able to handle higher and higher voltage outputs, faster speeds.
So our team is using a 6-cell battery. Most other teams are using 5, so 6 gives us a little bit of an edge.
Most of us have never even flown this much power before. The first time we started flying these things, it was like, holy moly, you gotta hold on to your seat because these things move. We're pushing the limits to do the most extreme racing we've ever seen.
Heat 6 would be a crucial race for Nexxblades. Could Johnny and Gary rebound to topple Lumenier's Corey and Colby? With the winds picking up, both Nexxblades pilots took to the front. On the approach to Gate 3, Corey joined the fight for the lead when Gary made a spectacular exit to the race, leaving Johnny in the lead, Corey in second, and Colby in third. The positions remained the same early in lap 2. Then it was literally crunch time.
All right.
Yet again, Nexxblades scored 0 points.
Johnny's down, Johnny's down. Slow down, just finish.
The wind is just pushing us into it.
Despite protracted technical issues for Colby during his pit,
It's drone racing, baby.
both Lumenier pilots took it easy to ensure they finished their race.
Let's not be in the interviews.
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
I have never ever seen a pilot take off their goggles and talk to their spotter in the middle of a race. Colby, Kane, tell me what was going on.
I had pretty bad video on that last gate after the building dive. I just didn't want to risk it because I knew we were the only 2 up, and I just wanted those points. So I kept circling it. It didn't get any better. I came in, landed, pitted. We just let Corey do his next 2 laps, and then I switched my goggle modules from the ground station, and then finished my laps.
18 points for Lumenier means they now top the leaderboard. It was a disastrous heat for Champion Series leaders Nexxblades. Next up, can KDRA regain the lead? They face Rebel in Heat 7. Brian and Sean were flying for KDRA. For Rebel, it was Vince and Michael. Sean screamed full throttle through the first few gates and crossed the derelict prison buildings to cement a lead ahead of teammate Brian. Not too far behind was Vince for Rebel. But at the start of lap 2, Sean experienced an ESC failure and fell out of the sky.
Oh, desync! It just desynced. I'm down.
Video is just rolling.
Brian was in second, Vince the leader.
You're pitting on this, Vince.
1 lap later, the leading pilot came into the landing pad while teammate Michael started his final lap. But Gate 2 claimed another victim.
So stupid. I don't know why.
You got lots of time, Brian.
So Brian for KDRA and Vince for Rebel were the only 2 pilots left airborne. Both struggled to line up for the gates, which suggested the wind was yet again making the flight path difficult. In the approach to the penultimate gate, Vince spectacularly overtook Brian, but then was taken out by the final obstacle. Oof. This secured 10 points for KDRA as Brian crossed the finish line.
That's what he gets for pushing.
What?
Vince, that wasn't smart, man. You should have just let him. You guys were too close together.
Obvious disappointment for Rebel, who failed to score points in Heat 7 and cannot qualify for the final. Brian's 10 points takes KDRA back into the lead by 1 point above Lumenier. Both the top 2 teams have secured their place in the finals, which means Nexxblades and Thunder Power are now racing for the remaining seasonal points. Ricky and Garza were flying for Thunder Power, up against Mac and Johnny for Nexxblades. Garza was the front runner, followed closely by both Johnny and Mac. Ricky in 4th connected with Gate 2, but he recovered well. By Gate 5, Johnny had taken the lead. All of the pilots continued on to lap 2 without pitting. But there was a dramatic mid-air collision between Thunder Power's Garza and Mac from Nexxblades at the first gate.
Oh, come on. You were so close.
Which left 2 pilots in the air, one from each team. Johnny continued up front full throttle, up and over the prison buildings. It was his best performance of a frustrating day for Nexxblades. Even flying safe, the wind pushed Ricky into Gate 2 on lap 4.
Come on.
What happens, bro?
God, Ricky.
So Johnny for Nexxblades was the only pilot to obtain points in Heat 8. Since it was their last race, Nexxblades would finish with 28 points. Thunder Power will remain stuck on 14 and 5th, with 1 race to complete. Next up, Corey and Kane fly for Lumenier versus Cooper and Michael for Rebel.
This is a seasonal race, which means this is going to be a strategic move for Team Rebel on this next heat. Meaning, if they take at least a 2nd and 3rd place position on this heat, they will climb their way into 2nd place for seasonal points. Let's see what happens.
Michael and Corey were blade to blade at the start. Corey took the lead at Gate 1. 1 lap later, Corey still led the field and he came into pit. Colby really quick in there to conduct the changeover. Michael came in at the same time for Rebel with Vince in charge of the battery swap.
Clear!
Corey rejoined the race in 1st place.
Rebel clear!
Fantastic pit stop for Rebel. That was fantastic.
That's how you pit, bruh.
Michael was back out in 2nd. Cooper took things easy back in 4th. Rebel needed a first and third place finish to climb to second on the seasonal standings. Kane came in for his pit stop.
Drop it!
Cooper struggled with the wind as he approached the most elevated gate on the course. On lap 4, Corey was still up front, and he clinched victory.
Easy.
Kane had moved into second, but there was an air battle with Rebel's Michael in the closing stages and switched between second and third place. Michael clinched second.
Did I get Kane? I think I got Kane.
Kane third, with Cooper bringing it in fourth.
Good job, guys.
That was so horrible.
16 points for Lumenier take them back to the top of the table. Rebels' 11 points weren't enough to elevate their place on the seasonal standings. Coming up after the break, the action continues.
Fourth guy is way back.
Welcome back to Spike Island for DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew.
Oh, no!
In the final heat, if KDRA could claim a first and third place finish, they would be the winner of the heats. They now face Thunder Power. Sean and Min Shan were racing for KDRA, with Bapu and Garza for Thunder Power. True to form, both KDRA pilots led the field, with Team Thunder Power in third and fourth.
Three running pretty close.
Minchan was up front as the quads flew back across the courtyard. Sean needed to correct his approach to the final gate on lap 1, but he maintained second place. Both KDRA pilots progressed on to lap 2.
You got a third guy trailing with you guys?
Minchan continued to fly full throttle up and across the prison.
Fourth guy is way back.
Garza was in third place, followed by Bapu.
There we go.
Minchan pitted first for KDRA. Garza came in for his battery swap at the end of lap 2.
Go! Sid!
It was a super efficient pit by Brian, which saw Minchan rejoin the race, still in the lead.
I'm coming in.
Okay.
Second to last gate.
With all 4 quads still in contention, his teammate Sean pitted.
Come on!
Sean rejoined the race in second.
Drop it!
Bapu landed for his changeover. While a whole lap ahead, Minchan wins, with Sean not too far behind to secure a KDRA 1-2. Unbelievably, Garza's quad lost video on the approach to the finish line.
Oh, no!
Which left Bapu to bring his quad home to secure third place for Thunder Power.
You didn't finish?
No, man, the very end.
He sagged out and cartwheeled all the way. Look, there he is at the Mountain Dew sign, right next to the finish line.
Right next to it.
So after 10 dramatic heats, KDRA won the battle for first place over Lumenier. The 2 teams will battle it out in the final. It was a disastrous day for Nexxblades in third, with Rebel and Thunder Power in fourth and fifth. The final is a series of 3 races between the 2 top teams.
Yep.
Each pilot will fly twice and have 1 race looking after the pit stops.
Corey, you want to go?
The points are the same as the heats, with 10 for first, 8 for second, and 6 and 3 points for third and fourth, respectively. Not finishing scores the team 0 points. Flying first for Lumenier were Corey and Kane versus Sean and Brian for KDRA. Sketchy takeoff for Corey there, he'll have to push to catch up. Sean with the whole shot, but he misses gate 2, and Kane pulls into the lead. Sean back in first as they fly over the prison. Corey's just dominating this course. He manages to come back all the way from 4th place. He passes Sean, insane. Sean back in first, but he isn't lined up for gate 4. Corey steals the lead again. Corey comes in for his first pit with Sean right behind him. Colby, of course, managing the pit stop for Lumenier, Min-Chan for KDRA. Meanwhile, Kane moves into first, Brian right behind him in second.
Go, 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 you're good.
Corey's back up. He's back in the race in third. Sean is right behind him in fourth.
I'm coming in.
Corey coming up to gate 6. He passes Brian. He moves into first with Kane in the pits. Brian is now coming into pit. Min-Chan trying to make up time on the changeover.
Kane, you good?
Looks like Kane has done his pit before Brian. He is back up. He's in third. Sean is in second. He is just screaming over the prison. He's trying to reel in Corey. Corey takes first place. Incredible speed, and oh no, Sean hits gate 7. Disaster.
Blew me up.
He had second locked up. Maybe he shouldn't have pushed so hard there on the last lap. That means Kane will finish in second.
Right as I was coming through, it landed, it just scrolled me.
And Brian will take third.
That's where they told us to land.
Where they told us to land.
I know.
It's okay. It's just we've been landing on the other side of there.
Behind the bush next time. So
It's all right. It's all right.
I believe you actually pulled in the fastest lap of the day with 22 seconds. I don't know what the rest of it was, but Corey, man, can you slow down for a second to tell us what's going on in your head?
Sure, yeah, it was a really close race. I actually took off. I think somebody else turned my quad in the beginning because I took off thinking I was facing the gate, and I almost flew straight into the pilots. So that was annoying. I was already 2 seconds behind there, so I had a lot to catch up. I just tried to fly my race, fly consistently but fast, and it was really close. There were a couple times where I passed him, and then he came back and passed me. He caught up to me really easily in the straights, so it's clear that his quad is faster, which just means I'll have to pick the tighter line. But the pit stop really helped a lot. I got an extra 2 seconds from the pit stop, and that really put me ahead. And after that, we were battling again after the pit stop, and he had to double back for one gate. And then after that, the deal was sealed.
Sean, I just got the update. If you guys take first place and win this finals, it will bring you guys into the first place for the seasonal points. However, if you take second here, you and Team Nexxblades are tied for first place in seasonal points.
There we go. That's cool, man. It's just one race at a time.
So an inspirational flight from Corey Ibanez secures maximum points for Lumenier and a further 8 points from Kane's second place finish. Sean's last-minute crash could prove to be a crucial error. Race 2 of the finals saw Sean and Min-Chan fly for KDRA and go up against Corey and Colby for Lumenier. They're off. Oh, Corey's down immediately on gate 2. Disaster for them.
Cody went down.
Min-Chan is in first. There's no surprise there. Colby is second. Sean is hot on his heels.
Rough, dude. I can't see the gate.
Lap 1 coming into gate 6. They're neck and neck. An epic dogfight for second at the start of lap 2. No, Sean with a close call on gate 4, but he recovers. Sean finally overtakes Colby coming off the prison after chasing for a full lap. Min-Chan will pit on the second lap, so Sean now leads the race, but he's gonna have to swap batteries soon.
You're on!
Looks like Min-Chan is back up. He's in third place now. Sean takes his much-needed pit just before lap 4. Looks like Colby's gonna come in the same.
Ah, it's stuck.
You're all right, Brian. Slow and smooth.
Min-Chan will take that opportunity to slide right back into first.
Oh, that pit's killing me. Such a slow pit.
Looks like Sean's not too happy about how long his pit is taking.
Come on.
Go, go, go.
I can't. Yeah, I know.
Go.
Yeah, Colby beats Sean out of the pit, even though he came in right after him. Sean not far behind, though.
There you go. There you go.
Sean tries to pass at gate 4. Oh, no.
I don't know what I hit. I don't even know what I hit.
Big midair collision with Colby. He's down. Beautiful sticks under pressure there from Colby, though. He recovers. Looks like he's going to take second. And with all that drama on gate 4, we miss seeing Min-Chan cruise to a first-place finish.
Good work, Colby. Good work.
Good job, man. Good job. Come land it over here.
Bring it all in.
Come land
Bring it
over
on.
here.
It was
That
full.
pit was really slow, dude.
Yeah, the thing got stuck coming out. The thing got stuck coming out. Oh, I know. I know.
I went literally completely blind. Second gate.
From the sun?
Done.
Sean Taylor, what happened on that last run? Was there a video failure? Was there technical difficulties?
Ah, it's stuck.
I'm thinking that it had something to do with the battery because Brian was saying that he was having a hard time dealing with that battery. So maybe it's an XT60 or something. So I hope they can bring it home, man. You know, it's unfortunate. I hate, you know, I feel like I let him down here, and I just got to have some super fast pits for him now.
So Lumenier on 26 points is now 10 points clear of KDRA. Lumenier needs to secure at least 3rd and 4th places in the deciding race to be champions here at Spike Island. Coming up after the break, we find out who takes the glory in race 4 of DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. Welcome back. It's the final race on Spike Island.
You guys just fly your race.
Can Kane and Colby for Lumenier both safely complete the course against Brian and Min-Chan for KDRA? They're off. Min-Chan with the whole shot. No surprise there. He goes all out every single time. High risk, high reward. Paying off here. Brian is in 2nd. Kane is in 3rd. Looks like Colby is in 4th. Kane misses a gate, he circles around.
They're just turning around at every gate.
Yeah.
So you guys just fly your race.
Min-Chan well in the lead. He's going to take his pit. Sean is trying to show his team how it's done in the pits.
You're good.
All right, one of you.
Brian lands the 2nd. Min-Chan takes off. That's excellent teamwork there.
Is this my 2nd or 3rd?
This is your 2nd, Kane.
All right, I'm gonna go one more.
Kane is not sure if he should pit. He's going to push the battery one more lap, looks like. Min-Chan continuing his total domination of the course. He's starting his 4th lap well in the lead. Brian is back up out of the pit. He's in 4th.
All right, here I am.
Yep.
Kane finally into pit. Not a moment too soon, I'm sure.
Ah, sorry. Wipe my lens, wipe my lens.
Sounds like he's having an issue with his lens. Min-Chan comes in 1st.
Min-Chan, you're done.
Colby, come in to land.
Brian just starting his final lap. He's in 2nd. He has to adjust his approach there. Colby really taking his time in the pit. Kane is out of the pits. He's in 3rd place as he starts the 4th and final lap. Brian comes around the home stretch, and he will finish 2nd. That's a KDRA 1-2.
You're done. 1st and 2nd, gents. Great job.
However, Kane and Colby can still win this if they both finish clean. Colby is on his final lap, having trouble with the smudge on his lens there.
My video is really bad.
They're taking it easy. Kane will finish in 3rd.
Good. Now land over there. Perfect.
Oh, he almost crashes at gate 5. But he gently brings it home into 4th place. Lumenier will win on points.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, I'm still flying.
Lumenier's strategy pays off.
I'm landing on the podium. Oh, dang it. I'll take it, whatever.
Way to play it smart in the final.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. We'd have done the same thing. For sure.
Good game.
Good game.
Taking home the win on Spike Island is Team Lumenier. It's their first victory in DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. They defeated KDRA by just 1 point.
You guys definitely do not need the calculator. You guys played that absolutely correct. Colby, what's going on through your mind, man?
I'm just excited we finally won one. I mean, every race we said, we're just gonna finish the race, right? But today we actually did it. I finished all my races, Kane finished all his. Corey would have finished his, but we had some crazy sunlight coming in on that second gate, so that blew him out. But I think overall, we kind of stuck to our plan and it worked, so we're gonna keep doing it moving forward.
Congratulations, guys. The winner of race number 4 here at Spike Island, Team Lumenier. Congratulations, guys.
Finally, do it.
I'm really happy for the guys. They flew great today. I feel like I let my team down, so I'm a little sad. It's gonna take some resetting tonight, and just come back swinging on the next one.
At the end of the 4th stop of the Champion Series, the team standings look like this. 5 points were awarded to Lumenier, who move up to 3rd place overall. KDRA earned 4 points for finishing 2nd. They are now joint seasonal leaders with Nexxblades, who scored only 3 points for their disappointing 3rd place. Rebel scored 2 points, and Thunder Power scored 1 point for coming 4th and 5th, respectively. The Air Hogs move of the day for Spike Island goes to Colby Curtola of Team Lumenier for his miraculous recovery at the end of Heat 5. Garza and Colby are neck and neck for most of the race, but Colby has to make a correction for the final gate. Garza catches up and smashes right into Colby. Somehow, Colby manages to stay up and uses Garza's collision as a speed boost into the finish gate for a 1st place win. Join us for the last seasonal race in DR1 Racing's DHL Champion Series, fueled by Mountain Dew. We travel to Bunno in Ireland to take on a 16th century castle. The stakes are sky high as teams will jockey to get vital points to set them up before the series finals. But will one team survive after they suffer a catastrophic setback? And so, until next time, this is Josh Dean saying goodbye.
The stupid gate.
That's what he gets for pushing.
You're on racing, baby.